I'm 80 years old. That sentence still surprises me when I say it out loud. People expect someone my age to talk about decline, about loss, slowing down, regrets. That's not what this is. What I'm about to tell you is more unsettling than that. Most of what we're taught about how life is supposed to unfold is backward. Not wrong in small ways, backward in the way that costs you decades before you realize it. I didn't realize it early. I didn't realize it halfway through. I realized it late. For most of my life, I followed the instructions: work hard, be responsible, delay pleasure, stack accomplishments, become someone others respect. I was good at it, very good. From the outside, my life looked solid, even admirable. Inside, it felt efficient, organized, busy. At 52, my body interrupted the program. It wasn't dramatic at first, no movie moment, just dizziness during a meeting I don't remember the topic of anymore, a blur of voices, a ceiling I stared at for hours, my wife holding my hand, terrified and quiet, in a way I'd never seen before. The doctors called it a warning, not the end, just close enough to feel its breath. I had time to think, too much time, and what struck me wasn't fear of dying. It was something colder. If that had been it, if my life had ended right there, nothing essential would have been unfinished, because almost nothing essential had ever been started. I had postponed my real life with impressive discipline. Like most people, I believed time was something you earn later. I thought meaning arrived after stability, that joy was a reward for endurance, that once I reached a certain point, I'd finally shift gears and begin living deliberately. That moment never arrived. Life doesn't tap you on the shoulder and say, "Now, you may begin." It just keeps going. The years after that scare forced an uncomfortable inventory. Not of failures, I had plenty of success, but of absences. Conversations that never happened, curiosities ignored, relationships maintained but not deepened, dreams treated as indulgent rather than necessary. The strange thing about regret is that it isn't loud, it doesn't scream, it waits, and then one day it's everywhere. I don't regret the mistakes. Those fade. What lingers are the patterns, the way I kept choosing urgency over importance, approval over honesty, productivity over presence. I watched friends make the same trade. Brilliant people, tireless workers. One of them died believing he still had next year. At his funeral, the room was full, but the stories were thin. Busy men leave tidy resumes and empty spaces. Here's the truth no one told us clearly enough. Achievement is not fulfillment. It mimics it just long enough to hook you. You reach a milestone and feel relief, not joy. Then you chase the next one because stopping feels dangerous. Eventually you realize you've been sprinting on a treadmill, mistaking motion for progress. What actually matters turns out to be almost embarrassingly ordinary. Being fully present with people you love. Choosing work that aligns with your values, not just your resume. Doing things that don't scale, don't monetize, don't impress, but feel alive. Saying what needs to be said while you still can. After my heart attack, I began doing something radical for me. I paid attention. I declined things that drained me. I made room for things that scared me in the right way. I stopped assuming there would be more time later. And here's the part that still humbles me. Life didn't shrink when I did that. It expanded. I learned more in the last 21 years than in the 52 before them, not because I became wiser, but because I finally became honest. So I'll leave you with the question I wish I'd asked myself earlier, before health forced the conversation. If your life ended sooner than planned, not dramatically, just quietly, would the life you're living now feel complete or merely organized? You don't need to answer out loud. Just don't wait decades to answer it honestly.